Africans need to stop saying that the French men's national team are not French. We really need to stop this. Look, I get it. We're proud of the boys because they're of African descent. I get it. It's always nice to see Black people in a positive light, considering how we're always portrayed in a negative light on the media. And I understand feeling a sense of pride, a sense of, yeah, that is somebody that's kind of representing us. But they are French players. You can't deny their French identity simply because they are of African descent, because that is a problematic narrative. That is the same idea that racist white folks use whenever they say go back to your country. Even though you're literally a citizen of the country where you reside, because your skin color is black, they say go back to your country because they deny your identity. That is what you're doing. I understand that as Africans, we've never won the World Cup, and it feels kind of nice to live vicariously through these players, but they are French people, period. I don't have a problem with claiming them as, oh, these are Africans of African descent. That is fine. You can have dual citizenship. Laporte, for example, plays for Spain. He's a Frenchman. Theo Hernandez, that is not a French name. Theo Hernandez is Spanish. He plays for France. But notice how when it comes to these people that are not of African descent, none of this, oh, they're not Spanish or they're not French, none of that comes into play. It's only with the Mbappes, the Chouameni, and the rest of them. I get it. They are of African descent. No one is denying that. I'm proud of the boys and everything. But at the end of the day, they are French. Their being black doesn't make them any less French. They are French. That is why they play for the French national team. Now, I've seen online people talking about how biologically they're African, Nonsense, okay? That has nothing to do with why they're successful. It's not because they're of African descent. They're successful because they're French. They're French players. If being biologically African was all you needed to be successful in the World Cup, we would have a ton of World Cups. There's infrastructure, there's soccer education or football education, whatever we want to go with. There is a style of play. There are different things that France clearly provides for their footballers that enables them to be successful. Same thing with Morocco, who biologically don't really have black skin, but they're Africans. There's a reason why they've been so successful in the World Cup. They've not won it yet, but they might win it if they keep going the right way. We should be focused more on why the Africans in our continent are not succeeding, as opposed to like trying to deny these people's French heritage just so that we feel that we are winning something. At the end of the day, when France wins the World Cup, if they win the World Cup, it will not be because they have African players or players of African descent. It will be because they have French players. Their being black does not make them any less French. And Africans need to stop doing this. Not every African, but a loud majority of them, a loud minority of them, I guess I could say, on social media, keep pushing this narrative. And it is a dangerous narrative. People, I don't know, maybe I don't know about the history, but their parents went over there for whatever reason, right? Seeking a better life or whatever, had better opportunities because whatever is happening, the country at the time wasn't conducive to them. And years down the line, they give birth to a kid who's now French. The resources of that nation, the footballing facilities, whatever you want to call it, leads to them being successful in the world stage. You cannot now come and then deny their French nationality and identity simply because Africa as a continent hasn't produced a team that has won the World Cup. Now, will I be happy when the French team wins? Yes, I will be. Will I be proud of the boys? Yes, because it's always good to see black image being associated with positive things. But that is where it ends for me. I am not deluded into thinking that these are African players. They are not African. They are French. They are of African descent, but they are French players. Bukayo Saka is of Nigerian descent. He's a Yoruba boy, but he is very much English, as very much English as Harry Kane, as the rest of them. Just because he's black or of a different descent, that doesn't mean he's any less English. There are lots of Irish people who play for different national teams. For example, what's his name? There's a Mexican guy. I think all of his Mexican, but something Spanish. Rodriguez, who plays for Switzerland. He's a Swiss guy. That's it. By denying their heritage or their identity, you're essentially doing the exact same thing the racist white people do. You're basically pushing this narrative and this idea that because their skin is black, they cannot be French. They cannot be whatever they are. In their Just because you look like them and you share the same color doesn't mean you guys share the same lived realities or the same identity, so to speak. You were born in your African country, cool. You grew up in the same with certain cultures, certain traditions. They don't know any of that. They were born in France or born in England, and their experience is no different than any of their white counterparts in their country. So I get it. I completely get, I understand it. But we should be more focused on why our individual countries are not doing well in the World Cup and try to uplift ourselves, or maybe point our anger or frustration towards the bodies that actually matter, the corruption and those kind of things, and focus more on that than denying or basically trying to erase the identity of these French players. They are French. They're of African descent. That's not going anywhere. Their parents are Africans. Cool. But they are French. That's why they play for the French national team. And the reason why they're being successful is because they are French. And because France provides the environment for them to thrive as French men's national players. Simple. Because this is really starting to frustrate me. It's driving me nuts. I don't get it. You might think it's positive to deny their French and say, oh my God, they don't have a French team, they have an African team. That is a very terrible narrative to put forward, and you're not doing our African brothers, because that's how we look at them, right? Because they're black, so we share a sense of identity being black, and we're still under the same struggle regardless of whether you're French, whatever it is. The black skin is something that unites us all. So yes, they are black brothers, but because they're brothers, we have to do what is best for them, which is not deny their French identity, because you're not pushing a negative narrative, a very dangerous narrative that could actually serve as a barrier for them going forward. The French, the white French, whatever color French, embrace them as French. They are French. It's just sad that we as Africans now are trying to discredit their identity as Frenchmen simply because we want to say we've somehow won the World Cup through France. That's not how it works. If France wins the World Cup, that doesn't give us anything. It doesn't. So Africans, we need to stop doing this. You can be proud. You can be like, oh yeah, he's of Nigerian descent. Oh, he's of Cameroonian descent. Oh, he's of Togolese, Congolese, whatever. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't just say they're not French. You can claim them, that's fine. But you cannot then say they're not French. They are French. Okay? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Am I going crazy? Am I wrong for what I'm saying? Because I honestly don't think it's right for people to say Mbappe and the likes of them are not French simply because they are black or of African descent. I think that is problematic. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps us small YouTubers grow, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.